Hello, everyone, and welcome to this edition of Ask a Marian. My name is Father Alan Alexander, and today's question is an interesting one. How do we prepare ourselves for Lent? And in thinking about this question, it puzzled me a little bit, because Lent itself is a time of preparation for the Holy Triduum, for the most sacred time of the year, in which we celebrate Christ's passion, death, and resurrection. And yet, it's a good question, because we should be preparing ourselves each season for the upcoming one. Because of the uniqueness of the question, the first response that came to my mind was a sort of secular one, but not really. The first thought that I had was to observe Fat Tuesday. And at first thought, this might seem more secular than religious. But what is the purpose of a season like Fat Tuesday? Now, Mardi Gras, Fine Carnevale, which means goodbye meat, right? It's not just a day, but a season. And traditionally, the season is from the Feast of the Presentation until Fat Tuesday, the day before Ash Wednesday. And it's a time in which we celebrate and we prepare by getting rid of those things that might tempt us during Lent when we're called to do penance. This could be said to go back all the way until the time of ancient Israel, when they were preparing for their flight into Egypt. When they were observing the fast, they were going to not eat any leavened bread. And so, God told them to remove all leaven from their houses, so that there wouldn't be anything left. In the same way, as we're preparing for Lent, we might remove from our houses all the treats left from Christmas, any of the cookies or pies or whatever it is, or maybe if we have alcohol left over, that we would throw a party, right? Not in excess or debauchery, but to share with our friends all the good things that we've been enjoying, in order that they might not tempt us during the time of our purification, during the time in which we're called to rid ourselves of attachment to the goods of this world. Another thing that we could do to help prepare us for Lent is by taking time to discern what practices we might engage in, rather than to just running into Lent blindly. Spend time in prayer, asking the Holy Spirit to reveal to you the particular attachments that you have to this life. In Lent, we engage in prayer, fasting, and almsgiving. Before Lent begins, maybe we should ponder in what ways God is calling us during Lent to pray, to fast, and give alms. Otherwise, when Ash Wednesday comes, we're trying to figure it out. Let's have our game plan ahead of time. And also that key word, discernment. God might not be calling us to do the same things as our neighbors. And lastly, I would recommend that we go to the practice of confession. Now, during Lent, of course, we encourage penance. It's a season of penance, and many people make a confession during Lent, and we should make frequent confessions during Lent. But I think, again, it's a great way to prepare ourselves for the season of Lent. Whether on Ash Wednesday, the first few days before or after, we should begin by cleansing our souls, so that as we enter into Lent, we can do so with our minds made ready to offer God our sacrifices, to offer God our prayers, our fastings, and almsgiving in a state of grace, so that they might be meritorious together with Christ. There are many other ways too, but these are a few that I thought would be good to help us prepare for Lent.